Good morning. My name is Paul Blair. I am the president of the Fraternal Order of Police. And it's a very joyful morning here at the FOP because we're going to make an announcement that we think is very critical for a safe Baltimore. And that's been our theme all along, is all the union who represents the men and women who every day go out on the streets of Baltimore to keep it safe. We want a safe Baltimore. Back in January, the gentleman standing directly behind me, Councilman Keiffer Mitchell, came to the lodge and spoke about a vision he had, a vision for Baltimore City that included a dynamic police department that was well-staffed, well-led with the best equipment, schools for the kids, and a place where kids could play and be safe. And he believed they were all connected, the schools, the police, and for families to be able to feel safe. And he came and he told us of his vision long before the crime started rising and the bodies started falling in this city. Because the current administration didn't realize we had crime until in May, when the homicide rate and shooting rate started going up. And then we were finally mentioned. The police department has been working 200 to 300 police short for the longest time. All of a sudden, where we're not retaining officers or leaving as fast as we're hired. Over the last 2 years, they hired over 465 police and we lost over 583. It comes out to 71 is the net loss over the last 2 fiscal years that we've had. So we haven't ever filled one of the vacancies. All we've become is a training area. We put out questionnaires to the candidates. I want to let everybody here in the press know it was a very fair forum. Every candidate that it put in for the election was sent a questionnaire by this lodge. 4 of the major candidates for mayor responded and were interviewed. That committee interviewed those candidates here. It was an interview made up with members from Unit 1 and 2, detectives, lieutenants, patrolmen, retirees. We interviewed these candidates. The recommendations last night were given to our board of directors who concurred. And last night at a standing ovation, when this union hall was packed, the endorsement, and I'd like to introduce the person who we believe will be the man who will bring a safe Baltimore for our citizens, Keiffer Mitchell for mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. As I said earlier, that this is a humbling and proud experience for me and for the city of Baltimore. I came here last night soon after the phone call that said that I was unanimously endorsed by the FOP, the rank and file. I can't tell you how much that means, not just to me, but to our campaign and to the citizens of Baltimore. Because the men and women that go out each and every day risking their lives to make Baltimore safe stood up in one voice and said, we want Keiffer Mitchell to be our mayor, and we want Keiffer Mitchell to make our city safe. And they also said they know that Keiffer Mitchell will make Baltimore safe. This is a great moment. I want to thank Paul Blair and the entire leadership of the FOP, because as Paul said, I came here in January and the FOP has always had an open door for me. We've always met when I was a member of the City Council and the Taxation and Finance Committee, talking about issues that meant so much to the rank and file, from retiree benefits to safety issues to drop those issues matter to the rank and file. I'm also very, very excited that over 100 officers will take their off time to come out and go campaigning with me. It is amazing that these officers, these brave men and women, will come out and go to neighborhoods like Upton Druid. We'll go to neighborhoods like Mideast. We'll go to neighborhoods like Fulton Heights, neighborhoods that have been racked and hurt by the issues of crime and murders taking place, that they're willing to go door to door, stand on a street corner to let the citizens of Baltimore know that Keiffer Mitchell is going to be the next mayor. These officers also said last night that they had enough, of the excuses. They had enough of the excuse that we don't have money to give them a decent pay raise, that they had enough that the city of Baltimore doesn't have a real crime plan, that they had enough of the lack of leadership coming from the interim mayor and City Hall. They had enough of those saying, well, we just have to accept that the city of Baltimore is the second most violent city in the country. Well, I'm here to stand with these brave men and women and say enough is enough. We will make Baltimore a safe city. We will make sure our officers who spend their days and nights on Baltimore streets will get the respect and win back the trust of the citizens of Baltimore, that they will have real leadership at City Hall, that you will have a leader in City Hall that will sit and listen with you, that you have a leader that will be willing to stick his neck out on the line for the men and women of the Baltimore City Police Department to make our city safe. This is a wonderful, humbling, proud moment for my campaign, but also, more importantly, it is a signal to the citizens of Baltimore that leadership will be restored, not only to City Hall, but leadership will be restored at the police headquarters. And these officers will be treated with the utmost respect that they deserve, not just from the mayor of Baltimore, but from all citizens in Baltimore City. God bless you and thank you.
And Keiffer, just to show how serious we are, it's just not talk and endorsement, campaign contribution on behalf of the members.
We're going to do the hand raise. Thank you.